Hello to myself and everybody else. My name is Amateur Newbie. You can just call me Amateur if you like, or you can call me Newbie if you want. It really doesn't matter. So far, if you clicked on this video, you're probably wondering, what is this? Well, this video is the start of a diary slash devlog that I'm going to be using to keep track of the progress of things that I practice to help me achieve my goal. And so far, what is my goal, you ask? My goal is to make video games as a career. I know that is a pretty big goal and everything, but I genuinely do want to try to achieve this so I can do something I actually want to do as a career and actually have fun doing it. Actually have a job that I want to give my all and 100% in. So this is something I genuinely do want to do. But moving on to why I'm making this video, to start off with, I'm currently in college and I only have like 2 years and stuff, 2.5 or something like that, years left here, and I genuinely don't feel like I'm anywhere close to achieving my goal to help me towards my career. So I really want to just try using these videos slash diaries as a way to help me achieve this goal before I graduate, or at least get started with it. So that's why I'm gonna use these videos to force myself to basically practice various things that need to be practiced, like art, music, and programming, because those are main things I need to be able to make games and various things like that. So that's definitely something I want to make sure I start working on. And I would like to be able to use these to look back and be able to see my progress, if any, as I go forward with all this. And finally, I'm basically using this as a way to force myself to work on things earlier. So that's where the devlog part comes into this, where I already made a few amateur games, and I'm currently working on one. But usually because of school, I tend to only work on them during the winter break or the summer break. So I want to go ahead and get started with this earlier, so during the breaks I can already be partway done and just get through this stuff faster, rather than starting during the break and finishing a game or part of it when it's over and then I immediately have to start doing schoolwork again. So this would definitely help me just get started with this way earlier. Other reasons why I want to make these videos as well is, while I'm working on this, I'm going to be using various things like books and just various things I've practiced in the past just to try to get better. And if anybody ever comes across these and decides to watch them, I would really like to get tips, tricks, recommendations, exercises you do, anything to just help me improve and get better at doing anything that I'm working on. Such as if I'm making music and you see, oh, there's something I can do to like try to make my melodies better, or something like that. I genuinely would like any kind of tips or anything like that to just help me get better. Because I will be using things like books for like art and drawing, so I'll be working through those to just try to gain any skills and knowledge from them. But with me working through books and everything, that could generally be useful for anyone else who may come across the videos. If anybody else finds these and they want to work alongside me going through these various different art books, or if I'm just trying something out and you want to give it a shot as well, this will probably be useful as well. So you can just get started with that. Just, have an excuse just to get started with something you might have been putting off or wanting to learn. So this will be something that would also be very useful to anyone else who may come across these. And if anybody wants to work along with it, I highly recommend it. Or leave any suggestions or comments to help somebody else out. Like, it'd be very useful. I want to try uploading these videos maybe once a week, but with school, I have no idea if I really can, but I will try to, so I can have a consistent schedule, but I have to kind of wait and see how that goes, but I will try for at least once a week, so I can just constantly keep practicing and making sure none of those skills really go away. But getting to the end of all this, so far, since these are diaries and everything and stuff as well as the devlog, I will kind of do a lot of these basically as if I'm talking to myself. So I might just randomly say things like, note to self, remember to do this in the future, or might say I a lot, just various things like that. So just adding context to that too. So if somebody comes across this and they're like, oh, this person just talking to himself, then basically understand why. I will also make playlists for these videos to kind of focus and break down various things I'm going to be working on. So if I'm working on music, I have a playlist for just working on music, maybe separate them into like software that I'm using, or same thing with like art. If I'm using a certain book, then separate a playlist based on the books, so people just like be able to find them very quickly. But specifically for me as well, so I can just go back and be like, okay, I was working with this book, find the progress in that. And some of the videos might be rambling videos where I am just kind of like checking in on myself and just being like, okay, where was I at the time I made this video? Where am I mentally? What's going on? Where do I feel like I am in my goals and everything? So yeah, I'll just make sure to label those. So most of the time, nothing probably going on in those. Or I might end up just playing some of my old games and just going through those, just see how I feel about them. I don't know. But yeah, just the last thing is that if anybody else watch these videos or they just come across them, so far don't be afraid just to like leave any advice or criticisms on the video itself or anything that I'm doing in it in regards to like drawing, programming, music, or if you just recommend I should do something to try to make like the learning better or even the video itself better, I'll gladly take any advice whatsoever. Plus, it may help somebody else out too if they decide to, go through it on it. But yeah, that's basically it for just the first video and diary, just running through some of this. And so far, first one down, and eventually I'll get started on the other one.